Good afternoon to the good people. Good afternoon to the bad people, friends and enemies. And good afternoon, boom, shakalaka to you all. Chris Bates back with you. I bring you the precursor. Now, usually it's CBI, but sometimes, people have, other things to do. And sometimes the time doesn't meet out. So sometimes if the guest can't come on, I'll come on here with the precursor. So here you go. So the precursor, one man, one mic, one world. You call in at 312-597-2106. Again, 312-597-2106. Catch me on YouTube, the YouTube channel, the Chris Base channel, all one word with a period at the end of the channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. Also on Facebook Live for those of you coming through as well. And of course, the precursor is pretty much the setup for baseline that we have on Friday afternoons. Very simple, very easy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Also to one Sick Diggy. How you doing, Sick? I haven't talked to you in a while, man. How you doing? How you feeling? How's everything? I know you've been here, but I haven't heard your voice for a while, so hope everything is all right in your world. And so we get into it throughout the hour. So, oh man, the death of Ozzy Osbourne, front man for Black Sabbath, passed away. He was 76 years old. We'll get more into that as we go along. As you know, and Sick was here when we talked about it, we did a special baseline to honor and celebrate the life of actor, actor, director, writer, poet, musician, Malcolm Jamal Warner, who passed away at the age of 54. So now we get the news of Ozzy Osbourne. I hate to say it, but you don't want to do most situations where it comes in threes as far as deaths are concerned. I don't want to even fathom it. Personally, I don't know if I could take it. So Six says, okay, you've been good. I might join you up there if possible. Okay, cool. Yeah, take your time. You're concerned about you, and I'm glad you're doing well. And once again, the whole thing of these deaths that happen, and I'll be completely transparent as I always have been with you. The Malcolm death really hit me hard, and it still is lingering. And like anything else, it hurts. I mean, I can't make more plain than that. It hurts, and this man was beloved by a lot of people in the industry and beyond, and even people who knew him, people who had brushes of faith with him. The consistent thing I've seen online and have heard in this very program about how nice of a man he was. And that's a testimony to him and his upbringing. Okay, Wednesday afternoon greetings, of course, to one Barbara Jean. How you doing, Barbara Jean? Thank you for being here as always. Let's see. Sick types. I remember when Bernie Mac and Isaac Hayes passed away in the same week. Yeah, I remember that. And that goes back to the movie Soul Men, because they dedicated in memory of Bernie Mac and Isaac Hayes. And that's another one that really hit to the core. Being a fan of Bernie Mac, always have, always will be a fan of his work. To have met him once, I told you before, I wouldn't trade that for anything in the world. I would not. And just to give a quick recap about that. So I met him once because I was producing a talk show on then WLS FM, and the guy I work with, Johnny Vaughn, happened to run into Bernie Mac at the grocery store, and had a conversation. And I don't know, some people you just don't know who you are or know who these other people are. So I told you, I talked to Johnny, and he's like, "Man, I ran into this guy, great guy, comedian, fantastic talent." Bernie Mac? I said, hell yeah, I know Bernie Mac. You're gonna be on the show next week. Are you shitting me? I mean, I almost had a conniption fit. So there's nothing wrong because when you discover people in real time, you get to know them because like anything else, you find out that, oh man, where have I been? And again, what I walked away from in that pre-interview, I thought I got a chance to talk to Bernie an hour before we got a chance to do the show, and we were on. Johnny was on from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Monday through Friday, and man, Bernie was he was that dude and studied comedy. He was a student of comedy. That's what made him so great. To rise to be the master, you must be the student in the beginning, and then earn your stripes. Excuse me, and then earn all that. Because he was that dude. He always will be. What's up, Omar? Says hello, Chris. Happy Wednesday, buddy. Happy Wednesday to you too. Thank you. And once again, thank you, Omar, for calling in yesterday. Thank you so much. Calling in on Monday when we did the show. Hey, Lisa London, how you doing? Lisa London, good afternoon, Base Nation. Thank you so much for everybody congregating here on the Wednesdays. We give you the precursor. And going back to what Stickett talked about Bernie Mac and Isaac Hayes dying the same week, it was devastating, and it always is when life happens. But yeah, that whole Bernie Mac thing that shook me to my core. Just like this whole thing with Malcolm, and now of course with Ozzy Osbourne. You're very welcome, Chris. Yeah, thank you, Doc. I appreciate that. Excuse me. I'll briefly mention about this. We get into it now. We want to get. I'll talk about the end of the whole thing about later. Excuse me. So Ozzy Osbourne, if you're a fan of music, period, doesn't matter what genre you love or like, Ozzy Osbourne was someone who changed the game in the era of heavy metal and that type of genre is concerned. The whole Prince of Darkness thing that he had developed, being the front man for Black Sabbath. And so I wasn't into Ozzy Osbourne, but I knew of his work. Of course, you hear about the whole legendary stuff about biting the heads off of animals and stuff like that. Probably I don't know rats. I know bats and doves and stuff like that, which he later regretted doing that. But I remember watching the Osbournes, the reality TV show on MTV, and I remember watching that. And there was a episode where his son Jack contemplated doing drugs. And Ozzy had a heart to heart with him, pretty much told him in a roundabout way, you see me every day. You see how I shake, how I talk, how I forget things. And that's because of doing drugs. And you want to do drugs? And it was a hard heart to heart, but it was so real. And a lot of these reality shows not real. I mean, they're supposed to be real, but they're faking the funk. But that part, and of course, the show went on to become a fantastic situation, but it was just a dynamic, great show to watch, and it put not only Ozzy back on the map, but it gave exposure to his family, Sharon, all that type of stuff. And Sharon Osbourne was the one who revitalized Ozzy's career. When you hear about, excuse me, Ozfest, that was the brainchild of his wife. So post his career, Ozzy's career, Sharon would run into all these various younger generation people who were into heavy metal or speed metal, stuff like that, and would praise Sharon for saying, your husband is the reason why I got into this. Your husband, the reason why I got into a band like that. I got Black Sabbath right this day on my wall. I got Ozzy on my wall. So she took it upon herself to go to these various sponsors and create Ozfest. So all these other bands, these younger bands or next generation bands that had came after Black Sabbath and those bands like that, Anthrax and those type of bands, they were influenced by Ozzy Osbourne. So those younger bands would be on tour, and that's how Ozfest started. And then at the end of the show, depending on the situation, Ozzy would come out and perform with the people that he influenced. Changed the game completely. Let's see. In the case of Ozzy Osbourne, it was his time to go. He was 76 years of age. Correct. And we right. But I guess my point is I'm going over the fact of his legacy. And he had just recently performed the last go around with the original members of Black Sabbath. Once again, we'll do a deep dive in that later. I just want to give a overview, but yeah, that's another thing that hurt my heart because mad respect to Ozzy Osbourne, and of course Sharon Osbourne had a new career. She's appearing on talk show at the time. Did the talk on CBS for a while. So you just never know what one thing may lead to the other. Let's see. Now what is this now? Barbara, you're talking about peekaboo. Now who you peekabooing with? I don't see too many peekaboos here on my comment line. I don't really look. What the who are you peekabooing with? Who are you peekabooing with? Inquiring minds want to know. Let's see. Sorry, this is Walter Cannon. Sorry, I was calling the main number to talk about Jesse Jr. Happy Wednesday base. We're calling on the right number. See, that's what happens when you get old. that happens. It's not your fault. You're just an old ass man. Call in at 312-597-2106, and then you can come on talking about it, Jesse Jr. and go from there. It's not your fault. I mean, God bless your ministries, but yeah, call in if you want on the correct number. Ooh, and while we're all congregating here, this has been baffling me since this morning. Okay, let's see. Who else we got here? Okay, y'all talking about yourselves in the comment section. But again, Barbara Jean, who are you playing peekaboo with? That's the question we have going on now. So I'm watching ESPN 2 this morning. I usually do, and I watch a program called The Unsportsmanlike with Evan, Canty, and Michelle, and they're the host of that program. Walter says, "Dry humping Wednesday." Yeah, I'm not dry begging for calls. It was just a dry humping Wednesday, if you must. So, okay, I'm the right person. Okay, Walter used to gamble. All right, so help me out with this. So, there's a segment on Unsportsmanlike. Once again, it's the radio show, and they show the television version of it simulcast. And Chris Canty, who's the former football player as part of the broadcasting trio, has a segment called Canty's Best Bet of the Night from ESPN Bet. And so the game that he was referring to was the MLB game with the Phillies versus the Red Sox. He said, and I quote, "It's $100 to make 62. Again, for the cheap seats. Canty's best bet of the night on ESPN Bet, Phillies versus Red Sox, it's $100 to make 62. Now, how in the hell does that work? I don't gamble. I was never that guy. I'm not judging. I'm just trying to understand. If you're putting in 100 to make 62, how does that work? Asking for my ass. Not asking for a friend. I'm asking for me. because I don't get that at all. You know, the great thing about today's technology, you can rewind the TV. You couldn't do it obviously back in the day, but you could rewind TV. So I had to rewind the hell out of that. It's $100 to make 62. I wrote it down to make sure I would not misquote the dude. How does that work? Now, again, look, anybody out there know how that works, please call in or comment in the comment section. Please do that because I don't know how that works. What people say, the math ain't mathing. Sick Diggy, did he mean 1 to 62? No. I kept rewinding about 8 times. He said it's $100 to make 62. That was a direct quote. Now I don't know what he meant. I've said before. I'm not a gambler, so I don't know. Once again, Sick type, did he mean 1 to 62? No. He said it's $100 to make 62. Now, is that a point spread or I don't know? Excuse me. I meant 62 to 1. No, he didn't. No, maybe he's misquote. Maybe he didn't say it right. Because again, this is all foreign to me. Again, he typed. I typed. I wrote down, and he said it's $100 to make 62. I don't get that at all. Okay, here we go. What do you say? Easy. You give 100 and you get 62 back. Okay. That's what I thought. But why would you do that? Thank you, Walter, for the clarification. I kind of figured. I thought it was more intricate than that. But what? Why? I mean, I don't. This is why I don't gamble. Yeah, I thought that was it. I mean, but it still sounds stupid. I'm gonna put in 100 to get 62 back. Go figure. I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, what's the logic in that? Sick types. I'm with you. I don't get it, doctor. I don't get it. And of course, they had the 1-800, save my ass gambling thing, to protect themselves. Legalese, I get all that, but print at the bottom of the screen, type at the bottom of the screen. I still that kind of baffled me. But if once again, everybody got free will, why would I put in something and lose it? Now I can understand if I was gambling to get money doubled or tripled or quadrupled. I'm gonna say something like that, which is the reason why you gamble. You put in money to get more. If you would have put in more, you would have gotten more. That type of thing. More. I mean, it's like back in the day, you see guys pitch pennies and do 3-card Monte and stuff like that. They didn't put in money to get less back unless you're just losing a lot. You put in money to get more. What's up, my man Wise also? What's up, my big bro base? How you doing? Man, how you doing? I can't call. You got the good hand. I can't call it a bit. So let's see. So I don't get that at all, doctor. Okay, let me make this happen real quick. So let me do a little bit of this. So give me a couple of seconds while I get the good and put the link in. Let's see. Okay, do that like so. Then I hate when the arrow disappears. I know you have that problem. The arrow disappears. It's like, fuck you, dude. Okay. Let's try this. So Then let me come over here real quick. That. Okay. Okay. Do that. Okay. And do this. And there we go. That should do it. Okay. Okay, so there is the link for you to come on through. My man Sick Dig asked for the link, and make that happen. So you see the link right there, and once again, let me reiterate: the show link for you to come on through is not just for Sick Diggy. It's not. I gotta keep telling you. Almost called you all motherfuckers. I keep trying to tell you guys this, and I do mean motherfucker in a nice way. Anyway, I gotta keep telling you this because a lot of y'all hard headed. So I gotta keep bamming until you get it through your thick skull. So there you go. So there's the link. It's not only for Sick Diggies, for all of you to participate in, and we'll go from there. Why says, I'm good, just stopping by to show some love. Love you more, brother. Thank you so much. And thank you for being patient with me when I was going through all that crap with the links not working and stuff like that. So you see, we're back up and running, and the show links are working fine. So thank you for being understanding. It means a lot to me. Let's see. So it's like playing the Illinois lottery. You play X amount of dollars a week and lose, and eventually, with a small amount, and you're happy. Then you give back to win more. Okay. I still don't gamble. I still don't. I can't get down with that. I'm sorry. To each their own. Oh man, this is a more than an honor to have Wise All. I know Wise All has 75 goddamn jobs, and when he takes time out to show some love coming through, I gotta have my man. Look, I am beyond ecstatic. Thank you, Wise, for taking the time. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, brother. How you doing, man?
And I'm doing good. Good to see your face, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Can't complain. Listen, I saw you put the link out, and then I guess you was talking to everybody. I just said, all right, I guess he's talking to me too, so let me hop in.
Thank you. That means more to me than you ever know. Because again, don't get me wrong, like a Sick Diggy, to his credit, always comes through when he can, and that nigga was out in Norway.
Yeah, he does.
You know what I'm saying? So my own people, my own flesh and blood people, that not my people, but my people that I love in my heart, will not come through. And I give them all these parameters. Look, you have the phone call, the call through. You have the way to come through the comment section. I'm trying to broaden the show as I figured, look, the more voices, the better. So we have more people on, the more the merrier. And some people said they would come on. Some people come on in time. But here's the thing. Again, if you're coming through like Wise is right now, if your breath stinks, if it stinks to be damned, go to the bathroom, gargle that shit, gargle it, and brush your teeth, and come on through, and that way we won't smell it. Now, again, if you're an ugly person, and there's people out there who, know how to get down with the ugly stuff, they can do, really, you know who they are. You can do something like this, and then that way they can just see this, and the audio is still going on, and then there you go. And there's no reason for it to come on. Like, for example, now here's Sick. Now, first of all, Sick, thank you for coming on through. And this Negro's in Norway. Again.
Yep.
Now, he don't even come sniff near the United States of America at all. He's in Norway, minding his own business. He comes through with good, ideas and thought-provoking stuff. So I had the brother on.
Mm-hmm.
So if this man, who is in Norway, can come through, there's no excuse for anybody here in this country. There's no excuse at all.
Absolutely.
So, what's going on, Sick?
Hey, Wise, how you been, man? It's been a while.
Yeah, man, I'm doing good.
Yeah, you're looking good. You're looking good, actually. How's the family, everybody, by the way?
Everybody's doing good. Can't complain, man.
Oh,
Can't.
that's good. Yeah, hey, where I'm originally from, it's only customary as you show respect to ask how's one's family doing. So always got to remember to be polite and respectful to everyone. That's just me.
No,
You know, hope you can appreciate that.
it's good. It's a good appreciation, and I
Yeah.
give Wise all the credit in the world to be on Real Wise Radio when Baseline
Hmm.
is on there. It's more than my honor to collaborate with the man, and again, I appreciate what you do, Wise, because again, you go out there and you continue your content. You go out there and make people think, and you collaborate with other people as well. So the network
Hmm.
grows because we should help each other.
Oh no,
Hmm.
that's the ultimate goal is to build these relationships. Like especially in what we're doing. We've all connected through content creation. You, me, Sick, Cole, Brian. There's so many different people that I've connected through podcasting, and just being able to build those relationships, right?
Mhm.
And being able to connect with some people. Like I got to hang out with Cool McCain. Cool is a dope brother to hang out with, and we had a great time. We actually went last year's Raw after WrestleMania. We got to hang out, and then also got to hang out with him in Charlotte.
Oh,
So it's those experiences and those friendships that you really appreciate. And like you was talking about earlier, right?
Mhm.
Um, how your own flesh and blood and the people you know don't support you, and then you have people like Sick, who's all the way in Norway, come by and show you love all the time.
Right.
And I kind
hmm
of went on IG the other day and expressed something similar to that, because it was like, yo, me and my nephew, we got some books, and we're actually trying to give away a free book, and we have a contest going, and we shared the link with like we did this in the beginning of June, and it wasn't like we asked people to purchase anything, none of that. We just say, hey, listen, sign up to win and get a chance to win a free book,
Mhm.
and not one entrant came in, right? So you would have thought at
Right.
least someone you know would have went and clicked on, like, let me just support, and it's just, but there's people I know that support me because they do it other ways. They go like when we publish our books. There's a few people I know went out and just purchased the book, like, and it showed you purchased the book, and you realize that, damn, like these people you just met within the past 5 years go out and purchase your book, but you got family members that just won't even go support.
I can
That's sad.
understand that. I can understand that. I mean, me personally, because I've spoken about, especially with Snowman, I've discussed about my issues with mental health and everything, and I appreciate those who try to help me out and try to be supportive, even though they don't understand some of the aspects, and I appreciate them. And then there's people who do not understand it. I leave them be. It is what it is. So there are some people who want to support you if they can, and they will find ways to support you. And those who don't, it is what it is. Just keep it pushing. You know your
You're
true
right.
friends during times because you know who you're. What is it they say? You know your true character during times of strife. Well, you know who your true friends and family are during times of trouble. You know.
Yeah, that's when the true personality comes out. Because
Hmm.
and when
Hmm.
everything's sunshine and rainbows, that's easy. To give you a pat on the back or give somebody a hug. But when you are in pain and when controversy and all that hits, that's when you need the love. That's when you need the hugs. That's when you need somebody to pat you on the back and say, look, it's going to be okay. That's when you need that the
Hmm.
most. And so a lot of people are incapable of doing that. And that's cool too. You walk on your side of the street, I got my side. But it's the fact that the people you expect to come through, they let you down
Mhm.
all the way. And
Yeah.
that's the sad thing about it because you can have people out here who are complete strangers who may support you, but then you have people who
Hmm.
are in your inner circle or your ace boom coons, the people you go back a ways, family, friends, whatever. And when it comes down to support what I do, you get crickets. And I just think that again, you're just wasting time. Let me go to the comment section real quick and go back to that. What's up, Jed
Mhm.
from the West Coast? Another day vertical. Sorry I'm late, Base Nation. Greetings from the fog. Let's all invest in Bitcoin. You must be joking. So some of us have to hide our pixels. Thank you, Jed. My man Jed live out there in the Bay Area. So thank you for chiming in, brother. It's always good for you to come in as well. So yeah, you
Mhm.
know, and I hate to say this, with certain people, it's to be expected
Well,
based on past situations. Sometimes,
you know what? It was after I posted after I did the IG live. Of course, people went in. I had a few people. Shout out to people who entered and became contestants. But it was just amazing just to know that, like, damn, as many people as I try to support, right? Because I try anybody I see come across my feed that has something that needs to be shared, I share it. Any
Mhm.
of my friends, they have to be starting a new business, whatever it is. Because what does it hurt me to share it? Or what does it hurt me to sign up and support and whatever it is? If it's just sign up for email and whatever, for newsletter, whatever. But is the point is just supporting or share it with someone. If you don't want, like, hey, maybe someone else might benefit from it.
Mhm.
But you're quick fast to share some celebrity or superstars content or show or whatever. But someone
Mhm.
like it hurts you to press share.
yeah.
Yeah. I
Well, someone,
remember.
yeah. Go
Oh,
ahead.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
State.
You go ahead. Okay.
No,
What
go
I
ahead.
wanted to say was, like, in certain situations, sometimes if you can't help that person, the second best way to help them is direct them to someone who can help them. You know, I mean, I've asked people who, if they can help me out. Okay, if you can't help me, I understand. No worries. So that's how it should be.
Mm-hmm.
But as you're saying, Chris.
Yeah, but not everybody subscribes to that though. I think it takes a certain person who want to help, who has no problem doing it. He or she, they have no problem. I'm not trying to offend the alphabet community. Don't come after me. I'm saying everybody. There's certain people who have the innate ability to help. And I think there's other people out there who just cannot. It doesn't make them a bad person. They just can't do it. So I think again, when you look at someone's body and DNA, how they comport themselves on a daily basis, how they function, it's not within them to help because a lot of people take, and cannot give. They can't do it. Their taker is not, to put it back out there to the universe to help others, to be there when someone needs an assistance. And some people just can't do it. And so those people, I've come to the conclusion that, you know what, we just are not like minded on this. I don't mind helping people. It's not in my nature not to help. I've gone overboard and helped so many people to the point where I'll just share this with you. Getting older myself, and I do take the mentorship very seriously when I have become a mentor to people because I was once the student. And even in my time of being Obi-Wan Kenobi, I'm still learning. So I never got into a box where I know everything. I just know what I know. And hopefully what I know can help somebody else. And so when I went from terrestrial radio to social media and content creating, it was an easy transition because what I did on radio just did over here. And then you start to grow and grow because you allow yourself to grow intellectually, keep your mind open, and hopefully you can get better and better. And as you say, be a better version of yourself. There are some people I've helped over the years to be a mentor to them, and it went south. And I'm not a person that names names. I'm not that dude, but there were times where I helped people and I realized they didn't want my help. They just needed a friend. They just needed somebody to listen to them. And I'm not saying I'm not that person, but if I'm here on an alleged situation, I feel like I've been duped. Saying that you want to learn from me, saying that you want me to call you, saying that you want me to put my arm around you, and then in the long run, you just want somebody to listen to. And once again, let me say this up front: There are a lot of lonely people in this world. A lot.
Yeah.
Now, how I
True.
know, I've been through it a few times. Not only that, before COVID, the U.S. Surgeon General did a report about loneliness in this country. And at that time, before COVID, it was upwards of 75% of this nation having lonely people. So, of course, by COVID, it went through the roof by that point. So, don't get me wrong. There's a difference between being alone and lonely. Some people love to be alone.
Yeah.
And deal with the drama. But there's a lot of lonely ass people out here. And once they find that person or persons that have that friendly ear, they will not let it go. And you have to damn near pry it off. I had it happen to me a couple of times and it hurt my heart. But it's like, what did you really want? Now, it had the person played their cards right. Through the mentoring, we could have become friends.
And yeah, and like you said, it you have to build a relationship. You just can't go in expecting like, oh, you just gonna just pour into me and then like drain everything from me with everything you're feeding me, but not expect like anything in return. Like it to me, it's like, all right, I have like you've been a great mentor. I've learned so much from you. Just but it's because I want to learn, and it's honestly I've improved on my own on what I do on my shows because I'm watching you and I'm studying you and I'm watching Cole and I'm watching Brian and I'm watching all these other different people, and watching you guys do live shows is what encouraged me to go take Stuck in My Mind live, and that to me was like, okay, this is what I want to do, like, and having people I can speak to and ask questions about, hey, like, how did it feel when you started doing this? So doing like, especially Cole, like I can bounce ideas off that man all day, and he'll just give me honest feedback, and that's what you want. Is just someone to honestly be just to be honest, like, yo, look, nah, bro, it sucked. Well, that's what I need to hear.
I mean, with us, especially with the fun we were having on Snowman in the Morning, sometimes some of the best ways we gave back, it's like me, also Ryan McCarthy and everybody, was when, sometimes in the chat we put in really comical ads, which gave a lot of feedback and humor. And it showed how much we appreciate the show and how much we love being with it. In fact, Chris, you were the inspiration for a couple of ads that were on Snowman in the Morning. Stupid University. That was great. I mean, mine with Daddy Joe's Rawhide Belts, which was a Joe Jackson inspiration right there. That's how we all try to help out, contribute to one another, help, and and how much we were like bouncing ideas, everybody getting involved, and it was just a lot of fun that way. I'm still trying to find new ads just to put in because that's how much appreciation I love for the shows.
Now let me see. Now, since you brought up Stupid University, so let's sit back for a little bit. For those people who don't be familiar with Stupid University, here it is. So I realized that I think even though it's not advertised,
right,
there has to be a place for stupid people. We don't know because we're not stupid, so we don't know anything about it. It's like a secret club society.
Oh my gosh.
So I come to the conclusion that he graduated from SU, Stupid University. Yeah, all the stupid ass letters that go along with graduating high honors of being stupid. I can't do no more, man.
Vámonos, dominos, vámonos. Stupid University, where everyone graduates. Magna cum stupid.
Shout out again to the mad scientist Cole Johnson putting that together. And it's kind of funny to hear your words come back to you. They may come back to haunt you sometimes, or you sit back. I said that shit or something like that, and it's nice to put it into a creative form.
Mhm.
To Brian Snow's credit, Brian Snow
Uh-oh.
is the one that introduced me to this man on this screen. Also got a chance to know you, Sick, through the comment section, through the mad
That's right.
scientist Cole Johnson. And, it's one of those things where right place, right time. And when that spawns off into other things outside of that, because we all used to, work on
Mhm.
Snowman in the morning together, and then, of course, do our own individual things, it's always nice to meet new people. And through Brian, I met 2 new brothers. And I met a third brother through Sick. Once again, I didn't know you that tall. See, do you know that Sick is 6'3" wise?
No,
Yeah.
because I've never seen Sick.
He's 6'3",
No,
yeah.
I'm 6'2", 6'3". I'm about 180.
Yeah, I've never seen Sick.
Yeah, I don't blame
He
you.
sounds
I
shorter.
mean,
I don't doubt him.
I
don't doubt him.
never do. I sound shorter? I
I
never
thought
thought
you was
about
a
it like
short
that.
Negro. I really did. I thought, no offense. I mean, I thought when you would call in, or not call in, when you go through the link, you sit in the chair and your legs be swinging before you hit the floor. I didn't know. So, but when you
I
told
can't.
you was
I can't.
6'3",
Wait. Hold on a second. I can't believe this man just compared me to Kevin Hart on doing
I
a
did
stand
not
up.
name
Because
names.
I did it on my behalf. Because remember,
Sick to my man.
he went mute.
Yeah,
What was it?
I
What was
said,
it?
but my man bases like it's his credit. We haven't seen you. We don't know what you look like. It's like
I
Right.
know.
it's like
And
it's like the guy from what's the he was over the fence always, and you can only see the
Home
Wilson
Improvement.
Wilson from Home Improvement.
Right.
that's Sick. But we just haven't seen Sick. Period. Like we just matter of fact, he's Charlie. He's Charlie because we've never
From
seen
Charlie's Angels.
Yes, we've never seen Charlie.
We're gonna start calling you Wilson.
Okay.
Sick's new nickname is Wilson.
I gotta be a lot wiser. Because Wilson. I mean, in the show Home Improvement, he didn't show his face because he was just over the. You can see just
Over the fence, right? You see his hat,
over
and
the
you see a
fence,
little bit
right?
of his eyes, right?
But you saw his face in other shows. You know what he looks like because he did other shows. But the Wilson character, it wasn't just his face, but the voice and how insightful he was for Tim Allen's character.
Hello, neighbor.
Hello,
I
Nick.
remember that.
And he was such a worldly person,
Yes,
I
he
mean,
was.
I'm thankful. I'm glad. My father, God rest his soul, he inspired me in a way to be kind of worldly, not to be too tied down to my own ethnicity, to my own culture, because I have to, because I was born in another country from where I'm originally from, and learning about other cultures and whatnot helped me in a lot of ways. So when I first came to Norway, being worldly enough to understand when I come across certain people from other cultures, I would sometimes ingratiate myself when I speak about something that's knowledgeable of their culture, and that opens them up to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, there's 2 associates of mine who I have a good rapport with, because they're employees at a particular electronics store chain here.
Mm-hmm.
One of them I got to know because I noticed on his tattoo he had a sleeve tattoo, and in it he had a double-headed black eagle, which is the symbol of Albania.
Okay.
And the minute I said, "Oh, you're Albanian," I said, "Yeah." Then I said, "What exactly? Are you Montenegrin from mainland Albania, from Kosovo? Where exactly?" And the minute I just started asking that question, he just looked at me like, "What do you know about these places?" And that's how we developed the rapport and everything. And that's how, and because I'm that knowledgeable about certain things, I'm able to build bridges with other people that way and develop relationships and friendships that way. And these are oftentimes mutual. Same thing with another individual who used to work at a GameStop when we still had GameStop here.
Mm-hmm.
When I asked him about his name, he said it was a Kurdish name. I said, "So what part of Kurdistan are you from? Iraqi, Turkish, which part is?" And he looked at me like, "What does this African know about Kurdistan?" And then, explained about my backstory and his backstory. We understand each other and we found common ground, and that's how we developed a friendship and mutual relationships that way with people. So that's how you open yourself up like that. I mean, learning about whys. I mean, I don't know that much about Puerto Rico, but understanding about how important Puerto Rican culture, Latin culture is to a lot of people. Trying to learn about that because the only Latinos I've ever actually come across were Cubans, surprisingly. But that didn't stop me from wanting to learn about other cultures and whatnot. One culture I've been very intrigued about was the Afro-Brazilian culture, especially because I used to practice the martial art of capoeira. And learning about that made me want to learn about Portuguese culture. Sorry, not Portuguese, but Brazilian Portuguese, as well as Brazilian music and whatnot. That also made me learn other things, how everything and how everybody is interconnected with one another. So I find common ground that way. That's how I learned to be so knowledgeable to an extent. I don't know everything, but I'm constantly learning.
Absolutely.
Hopefully this makes sense to you.
Absolutely. Let me
Yeah,
go back to the peanut gallery real quick. Yeah, Jess says, always imagine he's calling from a frozen bunker in Scandinavia. So we did too at one point. What's up, Katrina? Doc Baseline to the core to the key. Thank you so much for being here as well, as everybody continues to congregate for the Precursor. Okay, got to do some business real quick. A bombshell news report from the Wall Street Journal confirms that 47, Donald Trump's name, is in the Epstein files, and that he was told as much by his own attorney general in May. When the Justice Department officials reviewed what Attorney General Pam Bondi called a truckload of documents related to Jeffrey Epstein earlier this year, they discovered that Donald Trump's name appeared multiple times, according to a senior administration officials, began a news story from the Journal. In May, Bondi and her deputy informed the president at a meeting in the White House that his name was in the Epstein files, the officials said. Many of other high-profile figures were also named. Trump was told being mentioned in the records isn't sign of wrongdoing. Now, this is where it gets dicey at, because throughout this time, 47 has been showing his orange yas more than usual. He has been deflecting. He has the old playbook. He has gone back to throwing out Obama and Clinton and Biden, and he opened up the MLK Jr. files and things of that nature. So he has done everything he continues to do to throw all these deflections. Not only that, in the House of Representatives, House Speaker Mike Johnson said, okay, everybody take a break. Let's take a break for the summer.
Yeah. Everybody go home.
Huh?
He said, everybody go home. Yeah.
Everybody go home. Yeah, everybody go home for the summer. Go home and scratch your ass and get glad, and then come back in the fall, and hopefully all of this will go away, which, again, is not. And I'm glad he's running scared because he needs it. Let's go back to the comment section. I'm going to get Wise's take on this. So Jez says, not Rupert Murdoch, a Wall Street Journal. Oh, no, the rats are leaving the ship. Rupert Murdoch, who's in charge of Fox News, who's been the cheerleader for the orange one from day one, A1. And even Trump said, I'm going to sue Rupert Murdoch and the Wall Street Journal for $10 billion. 10 billion with a B, boys and girls. The man has no allegiance to anybody. Why is your take, sir?
Oh, there's so much going on right now. He's what something that blew my mind was Stephen Colbert getting fired.
Oh my God, I hate that. Yeah.
Like, you're telling me this man, because he sued, actually, we know why they really did it. Is like Colbert said, it was a bribe. 15 million. All right, you need 15 million. Here you go. But now let this merger go through. Mm-hmm. And it's all politics and money, man. And for him, it's okay. We've seen pictures of them together. It's not like we haven't seen pictures of him and Epstein together. We know they've had a relationship. Epstein used to play at his golf course,
right?
And then when his Epstein's girl got sent, whatever it was that he wished to
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah, he wished her good luck or whatever. who wishes a sex trafficker good luck or wishes them well? And there's just so much other stuff going on, like all the stuff with Israel and Palestine and Gaza and all.
Ukraine.
Yeah, it's like, and we're in the middle of all of it when we should just be minding our business and taking care of what we need to take care of at home. But we can't for some reason.
Right.
We need to be out there sticking our noses in places that don't really concern us.
Real quick, back to the comment section. Jed types, Johnson invoking scripture while he lies. Pure evil. No, he's right. And this is a so-called Christian guy. These so-called Christian, amazes me. You look at the Bible and you take out what you want to take out of the Bible, but don't follow the doctrine all the way. So someone like Mike Johnson, who people around him saying he pretty much is a solid Christian, old-fashioned guy, has shook the hand of Trump, and he cut that blood deal. So he can't go back now, even if he tried. Because remember the movie The Untouchables with Kevin Costner and Sean Connery. So there's a scene where they're talking in the church because they couldn't talk to the police department because it was too many, the walls have ears, as Sean Connery said. So he says to Elliot Ness, do you know what a blood oath is? And he says, yes. He said, good. You just took one. And that's what's going on with these blood oaths. These people shook the deal of the representative of Satan. For example, all this, and I go back to what Jed had typed, all this is what we're witnessing is pure evil. Pure evil. Sick, you have any thoughts about this? Did Sick pass out? Okay, maybe it was too much for him. Hey, I see his mic. Sick, you there?
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, you chopped up a little bit. Talk again.
Hold on a second. Let me check. I think it's my Bluetooth.
Okay, I can hear you. I can hear you better now.
You can hear me now? Okay, good.
I can hear you now. Yeah, go right ahead.
Huh?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay, good. As far as scripture goes, Representative Johnson, have you ever read the gospel, the 7th chapter of the Gospel of Matthew, which talks about hypocrisy and self-righteousness? Especially where it says Matthew 7:15, which is one of my favorite verses. Be wary of false prophets, for they will appear to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravenous wolves. But let's not forget how many sheep's and wolves' clothing we got also in this world.
Oh, that's true.
So I'm not surprised by anything. As far as what Wise mentioned, what happened with Stephen Colbert. A lot of people, have been. A lot of late night hosts have been standing up in solidarity with him. My question is, and I follow Jon Stewart's podcast, The Weekly Show, and they're asking him after Colbert's release, what about you? What's this say about you and The Daily Show? He said, we're not sure right now. I guess we're gonna have to cross that bridge when we get to it, but I'm pretty sure eventually they may come for him.
They will.
Whatever happened to freedom of speech? But let's not forget, we're dealing with somebody who's rumpled thin skin.
Very thin.
Go ahead.
Yeah, he's a baby.
Yeah.
He is the classic man, child, man, whatever we want to classify it as. And it's a detriment to our nation because we don't deserve this. But we're going to get hit anyway, and we continue to get hit. And the thing about 47, again, with the whole thing about Stephen Colbert breaks my heart. Because as a fan of late night television, for me, the Mount Rushmore will always be Johnny Carson, David Letterman, Arsenio Hall. I got to throw in Jack Parr, who was before Carson. Jack Parr was the one who he put Tonight Show on the map. He really did, from political commentary and satire and everything else, and pretty much what everybody did after him, Carson and the like. So I got to throw in Jack Parr as well. So my point is, these great talk shows, I got to throw in Conan O'Brien. It's a lot of them, but my point is, the magic of late night television is at risk because now you can't even make fun of the president. Now you can't have satire of this president. Why? Because he can't take it. And I think part of his deal is that he thinks he's a celebrity, not celebrity from the standpoint of being a president, celebrity like movies and reality shows and stuff like that. That's where he thinks he's celebrity at. And then when someone makes fun of him from that world, he gets extra pissed. He's like, wait a minute, I'm one of y'all.
Yeah, I know.
You got bigger fish to fry.
It's just ridiculous with all the stuff that's going on, man. First of all, he can say whatever he wants, but the moment you criticize him, it's all he attack, like the attacks on AOC, Jasmine Crockett, questioning the IQ. Like, my man,
Right.
you didn't have an IQ test. You had a cognitive test done.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like you had an IQ test. No, you had a cognitive test to see if you, as you age, you kind of get slow. So you go and go in and go ahead and talk smack about these two young ladies. First of all, Jasmine Crockett is amazing.
Yes, she is.
Like, if like she even said if she was a man, she would be even more. She would be qualified for the office of president of the United States.
Absolutely.
And for him to continue to say whatever he want to say about these women is fine. But the moment, like I said, the moment you criticize him or say something about him, oh no, it's not allowed.
And it's just a colossal waste of time when you have bigger fish to fry in this country that deals with the presidency from the standpoint of the nations is concerned and dealing with other countries. You, meaning him, want to get in these petty fights. And yes, it was a bribe. And yes, it was the cutting of a deal because, again, there is no coinkydink from the standpoint of CBS winning this frivolous lawsuit. Not CBS, simply just dishing out the money to Trump, $16 million. And then 2 weeks later, here comes Colbert getting fired. And not only fired, he's going to destroy the whole Late Show, period. For fear of if you had someone to come after Colbert making fun of your orange ass. It's going to destroy the whole show and everything. So I stand with Colbert. I'm glad to get his support. The next 10 months are going to be brutal because he said the gloves are off, meaning Steve Colbert. So if you're not a fan of late night TV, I suggest you start watching it because it's going to be hot and heavy.
He is going to go all out. Go ahead, sorry. Go ahead, Wise.
And you know what's the amazing thing right now with the way when he gets out of this contract, he can go create his own content now. He doesn't have to go to a network.
Right.
The way it's set up with all these streaming platforms and YouTube, like this YouTube is the biggest platform. That after Google is the second biggest search engine. So now imagine him going out and creating his own show.
It'll be huge.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be huge.
Imagine if he started his own. Imagine if he had his own late night on Netflix or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or if he went on another streaming platform right there. I mean, this next 10 months, he's gonna, like you said, he's gonna go all out. He's going to just take as many shots as he can. And if they said they're going to, and if CBS said they're going to destroy the show, I'm sure he's going to probably be like Kaiser Sose about it, Usual Suspects, because he's like, I'll destroy it myself. You can't destroy me any more than I can hurt myself. Also, what's Jed say? How can a network destroy a whole genre?
I'll read it.
Sorry.
I'll read it. Back up, man. I know you're getting a little happy. We'll back the fuck up. I got this.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Don't get too happy. Don't get me wrong. I love you, dog, but goddamn it. Okay, here we go. Let's see. I can't even see. I'm getting blind. How can a network destroy a whole genre the audience is paying for, even if ratings are low, are down? It is bad biz. Let me address that, and we go around the table with this. To some degree, they were correct from CBS, and you can't have CBS without BS. I like that line. They are correct from the standpoint of it being a very expensive show to put on. Late night TV shows are very expensive. Colbert said it himself when he made the news on this show about he'll be leaving in a year, 200 people work for that show. That's 200 salaries. So it's not like they were lying. They just took that truth and then put the lie around it. So they know it's expensive. Sometimes they break even, sometimes they don't, depending on, of course, the sales of the show and the popularity. Out of the three networks of CBS, NBC, and ABC, Colbert's show is number one still. And so, but what has changed over the years, and we tell you before about the content of the internet. So some people don't watch like they used to. Either they DVR it or they'll get snippets of it online from those three shows I just mentioned. Then they'll be able to watch the whole show, and that diminishes the audience shading ratings, and it goes down and dwindles down. So you have to bow down to technology at some point. So it's hard to dance around it because people's attention spans have changed over the years. So everything is quick. It's in quick bites, and quick dosages, and quick sound bites, and video bites, and everything else, and stuff you see online in viral videos. So when you break it down to that perspective, it's hard to keep up if you're on still linear television.
Yeah. No, and yes, and like you mentioned short attention spans, yes. But people also like they there's a lot of people that do watch long form video content, right?
Mhm.
There's people that eventually they'll catch your show and replay and watch the whole episode, and
Right.
so people still consume content in long form. But right now for us, it's important that we drive them to our long form content, but that's why we use the clips. That's why we use the short
Right.
attention grabbing ones and putting out the clips that, oh man, that was a good clip. I wonder how that episode went. Let me go check out the episode. So especially for me, someone like me with what I do and having my audio podcast, I take snippets from previous episodes and share them, and just to draw the attention to the show.
Absolutely. Sick, your thoughts?
Actually, what Wyatt said is absolutely brilliant from a marketing standpoint, because you give them a little sample. If they like it, they're going to want to come back for more. Very, very unique. And as far as like this whole thing about TV ratings and whatnot, networks need to get with the time, because the way technology is advanced and everything, you're thinking there's got to be, there's got the metrics of rating a show should be in tune with the technology. I mean, do these networks? I'm sure these networks have YouTube channels, their own, their own accounts on other social media or whatnot. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure they got their finger on the pulse. So they should know that we need to change the metrics of how we rate these shows and how the popularity shows. Mm-hmm. Understand, and understand the audience that they're dealing with is not the same as before. It's going to evolve with the times.
It's like with anything, even with what I'm doing, I'm about to do with Real Wise Radio. I'm switching just strictly to talk radio, right? Because people can get music anywhere. They can find music anywhere. It's not like before, back in the days, where you only can listen to music on radio stations. You can stream music anywhere. You can play whatever you want. You have become your own DJ. So I felt like, man, I want to focus more on giving people opportunity to grow and do something that they've always wanted to do. So if they want to do a live talk radio show, let's do it. And so I'm glad I have Bass leading the charge. I got the morning shift coming back soon. I'm going to start doing a live radio show, and I'm just going to transition strictly to straight talk radio, because it gives people something else, because not everybody's, like I said, you can always find music anywhere, but where can you actually get to hear some great conversations, some great talk, and so I want to give people that opportunity now.
I like that idea, man. Right. You're a visionary. Let me go back to comment section real quick. What's up, Innova? Good afternoon, Chris, the Base Nation, and special guest, Thank you so much. Again, Enver Ingram and Brother Mark are the official chefs of Baseline. And you want your fat back to get fatter, all you got to do is when they have the menu up on these comment sections, your back will get fatter. And we're going to start calling the people fat backing. So I'm telling you, it don't make no damn sense, but it just happens like that. I'm telling you, they don't. And they've invited me over their house. I've not got the full invitation yet, and I said this before with Innova and other people. I will not eat for 2 days straight to make sure my gut talk is empty. So by the time I arrive there, I can eat every damn thing in the house. I'm telling you, because I'm going to be fat back in that day. So it's going to be no joke. So once again, thank you to, as I call him, Chef Innova and her brother Mark, for always giving us the menu. And even to the point when I was on Monday, Innova is now having her own fan club because my good friend Diane Hawkins always asks for the menu lady. And I know Jed gets excited. And so once again, Innova, you got your own fan base here when it comes to fixing that good old food. So if you're a person like salad and kale and stuff like that, don't read it. Don't read it. If you're here, don't read it. All you're gonna do is just make you sick because we're talking about butter and real ingredients that will give you clogged arteries. If you're a person that wants your clogged arteries, once again your ass to get wider and your back to be fat backing, yeah. I'm telling you, they don't play, Doc. And going back to this whole thing about technology and metrics and things like that, you're right. They are with it, but I think the miscommunication is the fact that what will you do for the future? What will you look at for the future? Because say, for example, linear television could be a thing of the past. It could be gone in the next. I think I was reading on some article where someone said on television about it's going to be gone, say the next, I don't know, 7 to 10 years.
But you gotta look at it this way, like you have, yes, you still have network television, whatever, but now you have streaming platforms like Tubi giving people an opportunity to create shows of their own, to go and create movies of their own, to go out and be creative. And now, so you don't no longer have to rely on big studios. You don't have to go rely on all these stuff. You got small content creators creating some really good shows. Like there's a lot of creators that are working together. Like, all right, you star in this my show here, and then when you create your show, I'll star in your show. And that's how a lot of them have been doing it. Been working, collaborating, and that's what it takes. Is people unifying and coming together and being willing to put ego aside and work together and collaborate and grow. Like, because you mentioned wanting to expand and talk to all different people, because that's the way you're going to grow your audience. Because not everyone knows who Chris Bass is, but by going on doing a show like Revelations and doing other shows and coming to do Stuck in My Mind, because you've been a guest on my show as well, that introduces you to other people. Like that introduces you to my audience now. They might have enjoyed our conversation, and now they're like, oh, let me go check out what Bass got going on.
It's a growth process. And again, when you look at how you're able to grow, to help, to assist, to go from one to the other, and that's usually how it's done, and that is how it's done. But I think, again, it just takes a certain person or persons who are involved to know that type of concept, to know what's at stake, and to be responsible, and to continue to give consistent content. And hopefully that someone watches a show, like you said before, and then, hey, who's that person? And then go to somebody else's program, and then who's that person? And then that's usually how it's done anyway. So if you're able to go from one to the other, I'll give you a perfect example outside of the present company. So Jed, who's in the comment section, a while back when I was creating CBI, Chris Bass Interviews, I interviewed this guy who was a legend in radio. His name is Phil Hendry. And Phil Hendry is the master of satire comedy radio. And this guy, when he was in talk radio, his thing was people did not know that he was only the host, he was the guest. So what he would do is pretend that he was the guest, use the phone line, take the phone, and pretend to be the guest, and create all these wonderful characters in time. Phil Hendry, somebody I admired for years, and I had Phil on, and Phil over the years had would come on from time to time. He was on my holiday show, the Saul Bastard Holiday Party show, a couple of times. Just a wonderful individual.
Mhm.
He just recently made the National Radio Hall of Fame, and congrats to someone like him because he was somebody who was ahead of his time. He's now on Spotify and where you can they say wherever you get your podcast from, and he's just a brilliant individual. Jed follows Phil Hendry, and based on the interview, now Jed follows my program. And that's
Oh,
why
wow.
you just we both listen to Phil Hendry. So you just never know that type of connect that happens. And I remember Jed was typing through the conversation one time, how many years have you known Phil Hendry? I just met the man when I had him on my show the first time. I just met him. But we have so many war stories in terrestrial radio. It's like his story is my story and vice versa. Dealing with management, dealing with creative control, dealing with trying to be different, but they don't want you to be different. They want you to sound like everybody else. So everybody in radio has those type of same stories. It's just that everybody goes through it a little differently, or sometimes the same, and they have the battle scars to prove it. So my point is, when you're able to connect with that audience and they like what you do, they'll follow you. Oh, here's Jed right now. Hold on, let me get back to the conversation real quick. What can I say? I seek genius programming and then share and like. Well, Jed, thank you again for the compliment. And once again, you never know who's watching, you don't know who's listening. And when you're able to take that and once again like and share, like you said earlier, Wise, it don't take a lot to like and share, but not everybody wants to like and share because they can't do it and don't want to do it. Why? Because they just assholes. It's not in their nature.
Wow.
It's not in their nature. So yeah, man. It's I don't take what I do for granted. I love every second of it. I wouldn't trade it for anything else in the world. I want to do radio since I was 6. And now since all those years to go from radio to the internet to social content and social media, look, man, every step is a journey. Every journey is a learning process. So again, going back to the whole mentorship, if I can help other people, if I can assist them, if I could be their Obi-Wan Kenobi because I had a couple myself, then let me do my job. Let me help others because helping others help me.
I know this is going to be a silly question. I know it's going to be a silly question because I know the kind of man you are, and I know what your answer is going to be. I'm going to share my link in the chat if that's cool with you.
Are you going to share your link in the comment section?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
I know.
Yeah, hell yeah. You don't need to ask me that shit. Go do it.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
And they say, do the, I know you got to respect you. Do the damn thing. I ain't mad at you, Doc. Absolutely.
No, is it? I know your answer. I know your answer.
Mm-hmm.
But even though knowing your answer, I'm still going to be respectful and ask permission.
I appreciate that more than you know.
Regardless, because I know my brother's going to say yes.
Right.
But it's still respectful to ask.
Well, you were raised right.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Hey, man, we got a part coming in. Let me say it once again to Sick. Thank you for taking the time out to do this. I always look forward to your words and what you give and everything else. So, my man, Sick, continue to be well. Continue to keep your head up, and I appreciate you more than you know. Thank you so much.
I love you guys. I hope you guys got have a great rest of the week. And while I'm walking out of here, like I'm walking off, or like I'm walking back to the dugout in Comiskey Park, for some reason, in the back of my mind, I'm hearing somebody say, "Way to go, Chevy!" Despite the fact I'm wearing a Frank Thomas jersey.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Sid. Thank you. Have a good one.
Hey, you have a good week as well, Wise. Love y'all.
All right. Love you more, Doc. Take care. He was referring to the time I told the story when I went to Wrigley Field, my only time with my cousin, Alan. And so this is when Sammy Sosa was playing for the Cubs. And so we were sitting behind these drunk motherfuckers, and they kept drinking beer like all day. They probably were drunk before they got there. So here comes Sammy, number 23 of the Chicago Cubs, Sammy Sosa. Way to go, Sammy! I mean, they're all drunk and everything else. Then they were so done they were playing the Atlanta Braves. Number 24, number 23, David Justice. Way to go, Sammy! Everybody was Sammy. It was the damnedest of shame to all that alcohol going to waste at Wrigley Field. So there's Wise El Jefe's information. Please take that, like, and share it. And when you say win a copy, unlock your winning mindset, please support this brother.
Yes, actually, it's
go show the copy. Life's a Gamble. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, we're giving away this book. It's interesting, and so when me and my nephew started content creating, it was during the pandemic, right? And during that time, we started investing in stocks and stuff like that, and we kind of learned and stuff, and we realized that a lot of people would rather go spend a couple of $100 in a casino or sports betting or whatever, instead of actually going and learning about investing in some stocks or something to help you grow a portfolio, whatever it is. And it was just amazing to us that this now, especially now with the internet and access to so much information, that there's not so many more people actually, like the young people today are so ahead of us. Like I speak to a lot of these young cats, and a lot of them are investing. They're learning about stocks. They're doing this and they're trading and doing. At their age, I didn't have a clue about what that was. It's now in my 40s that I'm learning how to invest and how to buy stocks and get what's this EFT and what's this cryptocurrency and what is about this. And so it's now, like I said, in my 40s, I'm learning about this, and that these young cats now have access to all this information and are learning this knowledge. It's like, all right, we're learning about it. Let's share our journey about what we did and what we went out and experienced. So that's where the book was born from.
Man, I gotta have you back on and talk about the book more in detail, obviously. But again, months in before, man, I see you, man. I see your growth, and you do it in 3D, and I'm more than proud of you, man.
Appreciate it, man. Like I said, you're someone who inspires me. You're someone who, if I ever have questions, I can ask you. I love stopping by whenever you have, like, 'cause you have a the holiday shows. So I love being a part of the holiday shows, especially your Thanksgiving show. It's one of the best.
Those holiday shows, yeah, I've always appreciated that. It started real quick when I was at psiradio.com. That's how I met Brian Snow. That's how I met him. We were there. And I remember I said to the boss, I want to do a holiday show, but I want everybody that works here to come together like a Christmas party, a holiday party. And I want to drink while I'm doing, I want to drink responsibly. Let me put it out there while doing the show, because the bet was to get me drunk in 2 hours. And I have a high tolerance. I have a high tolerance for alcohol. I could drink people on the table before I get on the table. So I figured, okay, they can send me drinks like every 5 to 10 minutes while I was actually doing the show. And I didn't get drunk. And people were like, how do you do that? I said, well, this is a high tolerance thing. So that was the running joke of the whole evening. I was getting like highballs and what else I was getting? All these different mixed drinks and stuff like that. And tequila sunrise and stuff like that. So beer and wine and everything else, they tried their best. And I'm still the champion. The champ is here. And so, but it was fun. And that's how the holiday party started. So the Salt Bastard holiday party was born from there. And then became a tradition over the years. And by bringing people like yourself and Cole and other people over the years, just to share the reflection of the year, the holiday season, and just to have fun and kick back and things like that. So always look forward to those, because when you have other people around you, it just makes it more exciting. It makes it more fun than what it is. So you've been to a couple of them, man. I continue to give you the invitation to come on through when you slide on through when you can, and pull up and just, if you drink, have a beverage of your choice. I usually try to smoke a stogie at the same time and try to enjoy myself and everything else. So yeah, man, we kick back and just do the damn thing.
Definitely. But I appreciate you, brother, man. Thank you for having me on and always supporting, man. And thank you for being part of the Real Wise Radio Network. And I'm looking forward to what we have going on, because believe me, this won't be the last time we collaborate. We were always got plans, and so I'm excited, man. Especially now that my daughter lives in Chicago. I will be going out to Chicago soon, so I get to hang
Oh
out.
man, let me know, please.
Yeah.
We got to try to connect, Doc.
Oh, definitely.
So you coming? You pulling up next month?
No, next month actually I'm going to Vegas.
Okay.
We might go towards the end of September.
Okay.
I'll speak to the wife, but we'll be going out there. It'll be soon because I miss my grandson, so
yeah,
it's I'm excited.
Yeah, well, you should be. Well, keep me informed. Let me know,
Definitely.
and we'll connect somehow, Doc. Because I got to meet you in person. And all this time, man. Be good to see you face to face, and you'll go somewhere and break bread, something like that.
Absolutely, brother, man. But thank you again for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Anytime, Doc. Love you more, man. And thank you again for having me on Real Wise Radio. And I'll be on this upcoming Friday. Thank you, brother.
All right, peace.
Thank you so much. Peace. Wise El Jefe, also known, I call him Wise All. And again, the information up there on the screen. And again, connected to Real Wise Radio this upcoming Friday, because that's when Baseline returns. Baseline, Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Always want you to be well where you are. So we're about to part company. Thank you so much for taking time out to be a part of the Precursor. And the Precursor is pretty much in place of CBI when I can't get no guest. So that's how that works out. I'll run this by you, and I'm still on the fence with it, but I still got to think about it. So I'm thinking about extending a third day to be on social media. So I was thinking about Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Currently, I'm on Wednesdays and Fridays right now with CBI and Baseline. I'm contemplating a third day. So I'm still thinking about it. I'm leaning towards it, but I've not made a complete decision yet. So we will definitely see. Keep you on standby for that. But for now, of course, we got the 2 days, and I will definitely see you on Baseline on Friday. Once again, thank you so much for being a part of the picture for today. And enjoy the rest of your day, evening, no matter where you are. Enjoy yourself. Continue to be safe. Continue to be sound. Continue to be healthy. And most importantly, above anything else, continue to be loved. Long live the peace. Long live the funk. More power to you. And as always, in parting with all of you, remember, as always, keep your head up.